Ever held a coin and felt like you were holding a piece of American history right in your palm? Well, if you've ever had the chance to hold a Kennedy half-dollar, you probably know what I mean. This coin isn't just metal. It's memory, legacy, and symbolism all packed into one sleek 50-cent piece. Whether you stumbled upon one in your grandpa's coin jar or you're deep into coin collecting, this coin story is enough to fascinate anyone, even if you've never thought twice about coins before. Let's rewind the clock to 1963. The world was shaken. President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. The news spread like wildfire, and the country went into collective mourning. People were desperate for a way to honor their fallen leader. Within weeks, plans were in motion to immortalize JFK on a coin, and that's how the Kennedy half-dollar was born. Now, here's the cool part. The whole process of getting Kennedy on a coin happened fast. Like lightning speed fast by government standards. Usually, coin designs can take months or even years of back and forth. But this was different. The public was emotionally charged, and officials knew this coin needed to be out ASAP. The Mint director, Eva Adams, got in touch with Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo, two legendary designers already working with the U.S. Mint, and they were tasked with whipping up the new design. Roberts, who was a chief engraver, designed the obverse, that's the front side, featuring Kennedy's profile, and Gasparo designed the reverse side with the presidential seal. Yes, that majestic eagle clutching arrows and olive branches. Both designs were so good that Jacqueline Kennedy herself approved them almost immediately. And with that green light, production began. Now let's talk about the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar, the first ever minted. It was made of 90% silver, and let me tell you, people went wild for it. Not just collectors, but ordinary folks too. People hoarded them. Banks ran out of them. The U.S. Mint couldn't even keep up with the demand. This wasn't just about money, it was about patriotism. It was like everyone wanted to carry a piece of JFK with them. But here's a twist. Because people were hoarding them, the coins didn't really circulate. So while millions were minted, over 273 million in 1964 alone, you hardly saw them in everyday transactions. They became symbolic keepsakes more than currency. Then came 1965, and boom, the silver content dropped to 40%. Why? Rising silver prices, my friend. The government couldn't afford to keep minting silver-heavy coins, especially when people weren't spending them. So, from 1965 to 1970, Kennedy half-dollars still had some silver, but not nearly as much. After 1970, regular circulating coins lost their silver entirely, and from 1971 onward, they were made with copper nickel. Even though the metal changed, the mystique didn't. The Kennedy half-dollar continued to carry weight. Not just literally. These coins are chunky, but symbolically too. In fact, in 1976, there was a special bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar minted to celebrate America's 200th birthday. This coin had a special reverse design with Independence Hall, and it was dated 1776 to 1976. That's right, it had 2 years on it. Pretty neat, huh? Now let's pause for a sec. Why don't we see these coins in our change anymore? It's not like they stopped making them. Nope, they've been minted almost every year since 1964. But because people hoard them or forget about them in drawers, they rarely make it into actual circulation. Plus, vending machines and coin-operated devices don't really take 50-cent coins, so they kind of just fade into the background. That said, collectors, they're all over these. There's a whole world of coin collectors who can talk for hours about the tiniest minting errors, the gloss of the proof coins, and the difference between coins minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Oh yeah, and did you know the mint mark on a coin tells you where it was made? If you spot a D, it's from Denver. An S, that's San Francisco. And no mark? Usually that means Philly. Speaking of mint marks and mintage years, let's dive into some of the rare and valuable Kennedy half-dollars you should know about. First up, the 1964 proof Kennedy half-dollar. These were specially made for collectors and have a super shiny finish. Some of them were even made with a deep cameo effect, meaning the design looks frosted while the background is mirror-like. These can fetch a pretty penny depending on their condition. Then there's the 1964 accented hairproof. This is a variety where Kennedy's hair has more detail. Some say it was the original design before Jackie Kennedy asked for a revision. That little difference makes it a hot item for collectors. And let's not forget the 1970 D Kennedy half dollar. This coin wasn't released for circulation. It was only in special mint sets. So finding one in top condition, that's like striking gold for coin geeks. Moving forward in time, the 1998 silver matte finish Kennedy half dollar is another fan favorite. It was part of a special 2-coin set commemorating Robert F. Kennedy, and its matte finish is unique compared to other glossy proof coins. The U.S. Mint also released special silver versions of the Kennedy half dollar for collectors in certain years, like 1992 and beyond. These are often found in silver proof sets, and while they aren't super rare, their high silver content and shine make them highly desirable. And let's talk price tags. Depending on rarity, condition, and demand, some Kennedy half dollars can go from face value to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Imagine flipping through a dusty old coin album and finding a coin worth $500 just chilling there. That happens more often than you think, beyond the dollars and cents. Though, what makes the Kennedy half dollar so special is the emotional value. It's one of the few coins born out of a moment of national grief. It stands as a tribute not just to a man, but to an era. The 1960s were a time of massive change in the U.S., civil rights, space exploration, political unrest, and JFK was right at the heart of it. Holding one of these coins feels like time traveling back to that turbulent, hopeful decade. Even the design has this timeless appeal. Kennedy's profile is clean, strong, and dignified. The eagle on the back, power and patriotism. And because the design hasn't changed much over the years, there's this beautiful continuity. Decade after decade, the coin has kept its core identity, and that's rare in today's fast-changing world. So whether you're a serious collector, a casual enthusiast, or just someone curious about that heavy coin you found in your drawer, the Kennedy half dollar has something for you. It's more than metal. It's history, art, politics, emotion, all wrapped in one. And guess what? This story isn't even close to over. In the next part, we're diving deeper. We'll explore how the Kennedy half dollar became a symbol in pop culture, what newer collectors are doing with it, and some wild stories behind the rarest finds. If you thought part 1 was cool, just wait till we unpack the rest. While millions of Kennedy half dollars have been minted since 1964, the true excitement begins when we dive into specific mint years, varieties, and values that have turned ordinary pocket change into treasures worth thousands. Let's break this down by rarity, demand, errors, and collector psychology, because the real value of a Kennedy half dollar goes beyond just metal content. Let's start with special varieties. The 1964 Kennedy half dollar, minted in 90% silver, is well known. But there are two main types of 1964s. The regular business strike and the proof strike. Then, there's an even rarer kind, the 1964 SMS Special Mint Set. This coin was unknown to the public for decades, until a few mysteriously surfaced. Only about a dozen are known to exist, and if you're lucky enough to find one, it could fetch $50,000 or more at auction. That's not just numismatic value, that's history, mystery, and investment wrapped in one coin. Now let's talk 1970D. This coin is another gold mine. It was never released into circulation and only appeared in mint sets. With mintage of just 2.1 million, it's the lowest of all business strike Kennedy half dollars. In MS65 or higher condition, it's not uncommon to see prices soaring past $500. Combine this rarity with its 40% silver content, and you've got a must-have piece. Then we enter the world of errors and misstrikes, where values can skyrocket. Collectors pay huge premiums for coins with double dies, off-center strikes, clip planchets, and transitional errors. One such famous error is the 1974 D double die obverse, a sharp doubling of the lettering, especially on the word trust. Prices range from $300 to over $3,000, depending on the grade. Even more eye-popping are transitional errors, like the 1965 Kennedy half-struck on a 90% silver planchet instead of the intended 40% silver composition. These freak occurrences often happen during the shift in minting materials. If authenticated, these errors can be worth thousands, with some recorded sales of over $7,000. Now, let's move to grading, where real value gets locked in. The same coin in circulated condition might be worth $10, but in MS 67 or higher, its value could shoot up exponentially. A 1964 Kennedy half-dollar graded MS 67 plus can sell for $5,000 or more. The grading scale, from AU, about uncirculated, to MS mint state and proof, helps determine not just a coin's condition, but also its market demand. Collectors chase top pop coins, the highest grade examples on the population report.